Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
It has been a fantastic speed week so far on the channel with the Powerade Clash, Daytona 500 qualifying, and now it's time to set the field for the Season 5 Daytona 500. Of course, we know who's on the front row, Joe Witkowski and Alex Sanvitale, but we have to figure out who will start 3rd and 4th and then 5th on bat, and we have to figure out who the 4 Daytona 500 only drivers will be for the 500. Welcome to the Powerade Duels and welcome to Daytona. What's up everyone, it's Blanis Racing 97 aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome tonight here underneath the lights once again at Daytona, and we are back for more racing action here for speed race, and we are having two 20 lap races, and at the end of the night we will know who will start 3rd and 4th and who will make it into the Daytona 500. We will have 3 500 only drivers in Duel 1 and 5 in Duel number 2, and each Duel 2 drivers will make it into the 500. Now I'm not alone for this one, I'm joined by the owner of JTG Duel Racing. I am joined by Chase Harris up here in the booth.
Yeah, looking forward to these duels tonight. You know, the duels, you know, if we go off of what the duels look like in real life, there's going to be a calm one, and then there's going to be a crazy one. And I have a feeling that crazy one's going to be the second one because there's more, you know, drivers that are trying to make the Daytona 500 that are not locked in yet. So I think this first duel, I feel, might be a little more on the calm side, but that second duel, I'm telling you, it's going to be wild. You're going to see a lot of intense action. And another thing to watch out for, I'm not sure what the rules are here, Stapleton, but pole sitter, if you start on the front row, I'm not sure if you are locked onto the front row, even if you crash. I'm not sure how that works, but that's something to watch out for as well, if, you know, that is the case.
Yeah, without doubt, it's going to be interesting with the duels. The front row is locked in no matter what, so Witkowski and and the number 12 about Sanvitale, they're fine. If they crash, they still got the front row, but for everyone else, that's not the case. Wherever they finish, either on the racetrack or behind the wall, that's where they will start on the inside lane. And you mentioned it of how we have more drivers in Duel number 2 going for the 2 500 spots in Duel 2. Well, we still have 3 of them here in Duel number 1. We have the 84 of Jay Lando, the number 33 of Matt Johnson, and the number 13 of Roberto Clown Jr. Out of those 3, which one do you think might not make it into Daytona 500?
Man, that's so tough because we know at Daytona there's a lot of shuffling around, and right now, you know, it's too early in the season for ratings to really mean a ton. I don't like picking against people, but I mean, gosh, it's so tough. I don't know. I'm not gonna pick because I feel like that'd be wrong if I picked who's gonna miss. That just seems wrong to me.
Yes. Honestly, you can't go wrong with anybody. Jay Lando, new to the channel, but he's been around a little bit on and on. Same with Matt Johnson, and same with, obviously, with both the Clown Jr., so cannot go on there whatsoever. Also, we got some big names starting up front. We got Joe Witkowski, who got the Daytona 500 pole, but we also have the winner of the Powerade Clash last week, John Andrews, in the number 34, so on paper, who do you think might be some of the drivers to watch out here in Duel number 1?
Oh man, there's some big names in this duel. I mean, you look at Joe Rakowski, who's on the pole. You know, that's a big name. Brandon Beal, Zachary Fitzwater's been cursed on this channel, but Fitzwater's in this. Oh, and Miles, Travis Cramps. I mean, the list goes on and on. Eli Bright starts at the back of the field. There's a lot of, you know, heavy hitters in this duel. So I really am interested to see, especially how the guys in the back are able to make their way forward, get to the front of the field, potentially have a chance to win this duel.
Yeah, without a doubt, we got a stat field, and I think this duel number 1 is really, really stat, like you said. And let's go ahead and get these draws one off here at Daytona for Powerade Duel number 1. On the pole is the driver that will lead us to the green flag for the Daytona 500 with winning in single car qualifying is Joe Lukowski, and alongside him is Brandon Beal. One number 2 is John Anderson and Matthew Hubert. One number 3 is Ronald Cunnington and Santi Messi. One number 4 is Zachary Fitzgerald, who I really hope he gets the win at some point in 2024. And alongside him is Ryan Duane. And rounding out the top 10 is Owen Miles in the number 1. And the highest starting Daytona 500 only driver that has to make it into the show, Jay Randall in the number 84. Can go through the field. Here's the number 3 of Matt Johnson. He has to make it into the 500. And then same goes to the 13 for Carl Racing for both the Crown Jr. 2 out of those 3 will make it, but unfortunately 1 will not make it into the 500. 20 laps on tap here in duel number 1 is Stats Field, but who do you think will win Powerade duel number 1?
Well, just about anybody can win at Daytona. We all know that. Talladega is the same way. You could start dead last, wouldn't matter. I'm going to go with that number 38 car of Justin Zadell. I think that, with Benny Watson owning that car, I think that's going to be a really good combination. Those are 2 big names in the NR community, Benny Watson, Justin Zadell. This is going to be, I think they'll be the ones to watch tonight. But yeah, you said it. This field is so stacked. It's tough to predict who's going to win it.
Of course, Benny Watson already has 1 team victory on Speedweeks. John Anderson won the Powerade Clash. Have to see if the 34 or 38 can make it a 2 for 2 by winning duel number 1. Joe Lukowski and Brandon Beal on the front row. Here in duel number 1, it's time for a little bit of stressful action here in Speedweeks to find out who will make it into the 500 and who will not. Lukowski and Beal, and we are green flag racing for Powerade duel number 1 at Daytona. Great start from the poster, Joe Lukowski. John Andrews is going to be second at the line. And Lukowski will lead lap number 1. Andrews in second, and Beal in third. And the entire field is basically double file. Fitzgerald might make it through right here, but it'll be Andrews, or not John Andrews, Amanda Miller, I should say, being the first one to make it 3 wide.
What I noticed is them guys in the back were already shuffling around a little bit. They never actually went 3 wide on the first lap, but man, they were close a couple of times. But you can see a third lane is already forming. I'm seeing a lot of cars jump to the middle. I'm not sure if they think the middle lane's going to get a run. You can see John Andrews trying to block the 19 there of Ronald Kennington. And man, got away with one there. Kennington still looking 3 wide, but Joe Rakowski trying to hang on the outside lane.
Rakowski in this 43 machine, of course, on the pole with a wicked 208 mile per hour speed in single car qualifying. Obviously has that single car speed, but now we have to see what this 43 has here in the pack of 22. And that's the thing that these guys might have to work on tonight, is that some cars, like Rakowski, he always is starting on the pole no matter what. Maybe he's going to see how his car is in the front of the pack. And, oh no, Eli Boy has the pawn speed of Lexi Mo Club.
Oh, the problem in the back.
A coolant leak for Eli Bright. Well, that's not good for Lexi
man.
Mo Club.
And you know who that's really not good for as well, that is going to affect, but we don't realize it yet, is Jay Rando, because he just lost a teammate that could potentially help him move through this field. And, man, Eli Bright, that's such a shame, especially this early on. Still locked in the field, but, man, you do not want to start at the back. I know I said that starting in the back doesn't matter too much, but, man, as big of a field as this, that can cause problems.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Eli Bright. He didn't really do that great of a job in qualifying. Did not make it into the Fast 12, and then, obviously, he saw his teammate Joe Rakowski win the pole, and boy, he started towards the back here in duel number 1, and I noticed he was kind of falling back a little bit early on, and I thought that was him doing a big brain strat in case these guys got wild, but unfortunately it was not the case, and a problem on that 42 machine, and I'm going to be interested to see how that affects that 84 of J. Randall, like you said. Rakowski is doing a great job up front. Watch out for all Miles and Wild Kennington.
They're going for.
Oh boy.
I'll tell you what, man, that was really smart right there by this. Is that the 16 there of Stephen Cologne to back out, or no, Andrew Miller, my bad. Andrew Miller to back out of that, because that was going to be half. And I've seen a lot of cars looking 4 wide, and I don't like that. And Joe Rakowski, however, man, he is doing a great job controlling these lanes. We've got a slow car coming up here. That is Eli Bright. Brandon Beal has been a very good pusher, but I don't know. Do not get boxed in behind this 42. That's your teammate. He will get by. Who's going to get held up?
Looks like it's going to be Eli Boy on the outside lane. It's going to block them. Oh boy, don't do that. Side draft for the trial over there between, I believe, Andrews and Hubert. And as things stand, as we have battle for the race to lead with Kennington, looks like it will be Roberto Crown Jr. and Matt Johnson into the 500. Jay Randall would be the one to not make it.
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm surprised. Eli Bright, I don't think he's quite as slow. I think he's actually has regular pace. He was just by himself, and that's why he was. Because he's now with the pack, and you can see, running fine, not holding anybody up. But that could create some issues later on. If you see that 42 car, you know he's a lap down, you're going to want to try and get him out of the way. The only one that really wants him up there right now is his teammate Jay Rando, because obviously he'll try and do his best to help out that 84 car.
Yeah, without a doubt. And you mentioned it. I'm going to say this right now. I think also we got 2 cars, the 13 and the 16. We have all 3 Legacy Motor cars, the 42, 43, and the 84. But for Matt Johnson, I don't believe he has any help. The 3 and the 8 are not in this duel, so that could hurt Matt Johnson here, but so far he is currently in. Sus tries to leave that lap. How about William Block in his 51 for the Glow Racing up front? And hey, he is the guy that won the Powerade Clash. John Anders making his way up to the front.
Yeah, and you can see Joe Rutkowski was doing a great job of controlling the lanes, but has since lost that. He's starting to drop back a little bit now. And again, I mean, I know I keep pointing out, the part-timers, but that's not good for Jay Rando. But look at this field. It's 3 by 3. Just about it. John Andrews looking 4. That is really risky. I don't think he's going to make the move, but man, we're seeing guys take a peek at that 4 wide. If it comes down to it, you might see somebody not afraid to wreck the rest of the field to go and win it, which could really cause some big issues. Here it is.
John Andrews, the winner of the Clash, is going to make it 4 wide for the race lead.
Oh, 24 Knight needs to back out right here.
Oh boy.
And he will.
They're being banged down the back stretch.
No,
still
he's
4
not.
wide. Still 4 wide, and going into the 12th spot at 3 and 4.
Oh my gosh. This is super, super tight. This is going to be a wreck right here. Can they make it out of it? They do. Wow, that was really, really intense. 4 wide for almost a whole lap. Incredible there.
How about we do it again?
Luckily, decided that or at least the 24. Oh my gosh, and they're continuing to do it. This is some dangerous games being played right now.
Sestry let in, I believe that was Crown Jr., and Crown Jr. just let in William Block. Dangerous games are being played halfway through Powerade Duel number 1. Matt Johnson is up front. How about his 54 of Nick Lopez, I believe, up front now, and he's will pit the other front row car of Justin Idell up front. BP Ruiz up front. Ryan Dwani tries to bring from the new players. And I think once Witkowski got out of the lead, that has definitely opened up the floodgates here midway through duel number 1. 54 will lead that lap, and here comes Justin Zidell.
Comes Justin Zidell. I mean, I'm telling you, I think this 38's got some serious speed, but man, it's going to be tough to block now because every lane is generating runs, and that bottom lane especially is going to be really good through the corner. And speaking of which, here comes the number 5 car. That is BB Ruiz, and they're 3 wide throughout the entire field. This is incredible racing. Let's try to stick away from that 4 wide, though.
Yeah, 4 wide is a little bit sketchy. I'm surprised that they made it look twice and without having a crash. Lap 13 of 20. Right now, Jay Rando's now up front. And look at this, all 3 500 only drivers are in the middle of the field, up top, in the middle, and on the bottom. And right now, it would be barely be Matt Johnson and Jay Rando into the 500. He comes flying to this inside, and this inside lane is absolutely moving right now. Durrani up front. Travis Crampton would like to mention he won his duel last season. I believe he has 2 duel victories, trying to get his 3rd in the series. And oh boy.
I don't know what that was about. William Brock just came down and doored. I believe it's a 33 car. Mac Johnson, not sure what that was all about, but yeah, the 14 car. Currently out front right now, that's Ryan Durrani doing a great job, but you can see this field's shuffling, and it's every lap we have a new leader, basically. Now it's up to Durrani to try to hold on, but at this rate, it might almost be better to be in the back, because we're seeing everyone in that bottom lane get a chance at the lead.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Ever since Borkowski was out of the lead, it's been a chess game, or more or less a checkers game, to be up front, because it's been cycling like crazy. Travis Crampton for 23-11. He has his other teammate of Matthew Hubert in the 23, who did make it into the single car qualifying, as they are getting sketchy and bad with Miller. And the 24, uh-oh.
The 24 has been in a lot of 4 wide tonight. I think he just wants to get out of this race. And I don't know if he's going to make it there. This is going to get real tight off of 4. They're going to make it, man. That 24 has been on its breath all night.
Yeah, I'm a rookie to the series, and he's getting abused of being in 4 wide situations. How about the 3rd driver for Leximo Club? We mentioned Eli Bright for the wrong reasons. We mentioned Joe Witkowski for the right reasons. How about Jay Rando in the May 4? He was towards the back all race long, but up front late with 5 laps to go, trying to make it into the Daytona 500. And now, will we have a guy who might be able to control the lanes here late? Crampton might be that guy.
Yeah, I'll tell you, literally just about to mention that Travis Crampton is doing a great job of controlling these lanes. I'm not trying to jinx him because the 5 car here is going to have a run, but oh, whoa, that was weird. The field kind of spread apart for a second there. But yeah, Travis Crampton just trying to control both lanes right now, and I believe the car that it's out is Roberto Crown Jr. Here comes BB Ruiz again to the inside. Rookie here. We're seeing the rookies show up a lot in this duel. It's a lot of fun to see that, and right now the Travis Crampton showing off some of that experience, able to control the lanes even really well, even when he gets shuffled to the outside. Pretty impressive to watch that 45 car work.
Yeah, of course, I mentioned how Crampton won his duel last year, and he has 2 in total, trying to get his 30th tonight. That would be impressive. And you mentioned the rookies. It's nice talking about the rookies, because honestly, the clash was only for the veterans of the series, and minus 500 qualifying, this is really the first chance to talk about some of these rookies that are in the field, like Hubert, Kennington, Messi, Nick Lopez, Ruiz, Sestry, Farrington, and Hernandez, as Crown Jr. into the outside wall. Oh boy!
Well, disastrous, but Roberto Crown Jr. is now in a lot of trouble because he might lose the draft here. That's basically all Mac Johnson and Jay Rando need to see.
Devastating right there for Crown Jr. I don't know what happened. We've not seen that all speed weeks long, but he just got tired and got into the outside wall. And now, as it stands, it looks like it will be the 33 and the 84 into the 500. Double file throughout the entire field. 1.5 laps to go in duel number 1. At this point, is it going to come down to Crampton, Ruiz, Duani, or maybe Seidel or Fitzy up front late. Final lap in duel number 1.
Telling you what, I'm liking Travis Crampton on this last lap. He's been controlling these lanes for about 5 laps now. I don't know if they're going to be able to build up enough of a run to get past the 45. He's kind of running the middle lane and stalling out both lanes. He's doing it very wisely. You said it. He has 2 dual wins. He knows how to get it done. Down the backstretch for the final time, can he hold him off?
For 3 and 4 for the final time in duel number 1. We mentioned how it always is like this with duel 1 or duel number 2 are calm. And this was the calm one. Off turns 3 and 4, Travis Crampton for the 3rd time in his Cup Series career will win a Powerade duel. And it will be Jay Randall in the number 84 and Matt Johnson in the number 33 that will make it into the Daytona 500.
Was the calm one? Oh my goodness. What's the intense one gonna have? Man.
Man.
Unfortunate for Roberto Crown Jr. though, hitting the outside wall killed the chances. But about that, Jay Rando, Mac Johnson both made it. Really impressed from Mac Johnson. Had no teammates in this duel and was able to make it. Now we head on to the duel, which I think might be a bit untamed, to say the least. I think it's going to get a little crazy. 5 part-time drivers. It's going to be wild, but man, Travis Crampton, 3 duel wins. That's got to be some sort of record.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about any other NR series, but I don't think the same driver has been able to win 3 duel races before. And for Crampton, I think he is by far the most when it comes to that. So he has something figured out at these Super Series, especially in the duels. Maybe that can translate into a 500 victory. Great one from Dewani, Rez, Lopez, Seidel, and Andrews. Both front row cars 5th and 6th. They're going to be forces to be reckoned with in the 500 for sure if they keep up their speed. Great one for Fitzwater back up to 7th. Matt Johnson in 8th. Hubert in 9th. Brock in 10th. Randall in 11th. Follington in 12th. Beal in 13th. Wachowski bat in 14th, but he did lead for most of the first half, so might still have to watch out for the 500 poster right there. Messi, Miles, Hernandez, Kennington, Miller, Sustry. Unfortunately, Crown Jr., he oddly hit the wall in 34, I believe that was, and that just ruined all of his momentum that he had. And then, unfortunately, Eli Bright, with that coolant leak, he's going to be starting in the back part of the field. A wild first duel with Crampton picking up the victory and Matt Johnson and Jay Randall making it into the 500. 1 duel down. What do you think we will see in duel number 2?
Chaos. Simple as that. Yeah, I believe it's another 2 drivers make it from that.
Yep, 5
correct?
drivers in total, but only 2 spots.
So more drivers miss the show than make the show. That shows you how wild that duel is going to be. Oh my gosh, it's going to be insane. Really looking forward to it as a commentator. But man, if I was a driver, I'd be really, really nervous entering this next duel.
Well, unfortunately for you, I believe you got this. I believe you have Leclerc in that second duel of Derek Campbell, so you might be a little bit nervous as an owner. So
I do.
But yeah, duel 1 was wild. We say that was the calm one, but it still was not really that calm. And we're gonna have to wait and see what duel 2 has in store. And let's not waste any more time. Let's get to duel number 2 right here and right now at Daytona. Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway for the Powerade Duels. I'm Nathan Stapleton, alongside me once again is Chase Harrison. Welcome back to Powerade Duel number 2. Duel number 1 was kind of the calm one, quote unquote, is still wide with a couple of 4 wide close calls. And this one I think could be even crazier. 5 drivers are going for 2 spots, and it's going to be a lot stressful for Chase here because he has his own car in this duel.
Yeah, Derek's in this duel. Hoping that, if something does happen, we're in front of it and not behind it. Because if we're behind it, we're probably going to be in it. So in last year's duels, And I have a feeling with all these Daytona 500 only cars, it might get a little crazy. I hope I'm wrong, but man, I don't know. It's just got that feeling to it. But I guess we're gonna find out here in a few minutes.
Yeah, without doubt, it's gonna be very interesting if what ends up happening. Of course, if anyone knows what happened last year in Duel number 2, then you will know that we could see the whole field crash for all we know. The other 5 drivers that are Daytona 500 only, who are trying to make it into the show. 5 drivers, only 2 make it, and we have the number 91 of Angel Gutierrez, who shockingly did a great run in single car qualifying, made it into round 2, the only one to do so. So let's see what that 91 has here in race pace. And then we have Riley Spurley, the 4th Team Penske car in 02. We got Andrew Williams in the number 36 for Front Row Motorsports. We have Jack Haas in his 3rd car with Brian Nelson in the number 67. And then we have Caleb Rose in his 3rd car of Avery Alford. So I believe, yeah, so the 91 has the 99 of Noah Clifton. The 02 has the 12 and the 22 in this duel. And actually all 4 Penske cars are in this one. Front row with the 36 only has the 36 in this one. Same with the 67, only has 67. But Spy Motorsports has all 3 cars in this one. So it's going to be interesting what ends up happening here. What do you think will happen with those 5 drivers going for 2 spots?
I don't know. It's gonna be chaos. I think. I think any one of those 5 are gonna be the ones. If we're gonna see 4 wide like we saw in Duel 1, it'll be one of them. That'll at least be somewhere involved in it. I think, especially if one of them gets shuffled back, I think is when it might get a little crazy, especially towards the end. Although we saw in the first duel that it was a little crazier in the beginning, so I don't know. It's just a matter of seeing, where they all end up shuffling out after the initial start and making moves from there.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be interesting of what ends up happening here in Powerade Duel number 2. And let's go ahead and get these 22 drivers rolling off here for Powerade Duel number 2. On the pole will be Alex Vitali, who will start outside pole for the Daytona 500, and alongside is Logan Williams, who won here last time in season number 4. Angel Gutierrez in mode number 2, starting 3rd, and alongside him is Skylar Taylor in the number 20. And then we got the Gamebridge cars right next to each other, or right behind each other, of Ace Garcia and Wyatt Walker, and then Josh Williamson and Noah Clifton in row number 4, and lining at the top 10 is the number 02 for Team Penske of Riley Spurley and the number 36 of Andrew Williams. So a very interesting second duel, still very stacked. Who do you think will win Powerade Duel number 2?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with my driver in the Wassup Cup Series, and that is Ace Garcia in the number 7 car. I think Ace is gonna be able to, navigate his way through the field. A veteran, he'll know how to get it done. We saw a veteran win Duel 1. I think we're gonna see a veteran win Duel 2. But I have a feeling being up front is where you're gonna want to be to start this race, because Daytona 500 only cars are gonna be going a little crazy, especially the ones that start about mid-pack. So that's why I like Ace in this one, as well as his veteran, experience and him being a veteran and NR in general.
Yeah, of course, it's great to see Ace Garcia back on the channel. Been a couple of seasons, a couple of years in the Cup Series, but trying to make a name for himself, and gonna watch out for that entire spot of the team. Here we go, second Powerade Duel of the night. What will this have in store? Will it be like last season? We have to wait and see. Alex Vitali and Logan Williams will lead us to the green, and we are green flag racing for Powerade Duel number 2 here for the Powerade Duels. A great one up top from Skylar Taylor to Logan Williams and Angel Gutierrez, the 500 only driver, trying making it 3 wide for the race lead, but it will be Logan Williams winning that number 1 up duel number 2, and he's trying to get another Daytona victory on his resume here in the Cup Series. And here comes Ace Garcia to the inside, making it 3 wide for second.
I'll tell you what, man, Logan Williams has a big lead, but I'm gonna be honest that we know that is not a good thing at Daytona to have a big lead. These cars are going to close at an incredible rate, probably off of turn 4. You see the 2 Spire cars are side by side right here, and so not as much 3 wide as we saw in the first duel, at least in the first 2 laps, but still enough to get you on your toes.
Yeah, without doubt, and this is going to be something that we will have to keep an eye out for even more here in this duel. Side by side for the second and final spot into the Daytona 500. Spilly, Tubin, and Nelson side by side. And the 12 teammates for the 02 is going to drop back on the outside lane, maybe let Spilly Tube in. As Gutierrez is going to try to get up front. As, oh my goodness, Dale Camel. Little driver about made it 4 wide.
Oh, that was smart. That was really smart by Derek. He was going to try to follow the 67. 67 was moving up like Derek was going to go 4 wide. Derek decided to check up and back off. Really, really good by him, not forcing that 4 wide situation, because, man, it looked like the 67 of Brandon Nelson was almost, like, ready for 4 wide. I don't know what that was entering turn 3, but everybody able to mind their P's and Q's and hang on. We're double file right now. Pretty calm start.
Yeah, definitely a much calmer start than I was expecting here in duel number 2, but Logan Williams took the race lead, and he is not looking back, controlling the field. Angel Gutierrez second, Josh Williamson up to third now in the number 77. Ace Garcia up here as well, and Spilly too, gonna rip the outside, and look at Williamson go from the top to the bottom, and we might get some spot action here on this inside lane. Never mind, because here comes Dale to the inside of Ace Garcia.
Tell you what, 22 Bradley Ream has already lost the draft. That is not a good situation to be in. And Bradley Ream, not sure what's going on with that car, but that could create a problem at the end of the race if Ream does fall off, because, yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to catch back up. You can see right now, Logan Williams, though, controlling the pace of this duel so far. We saw with Joe Rakowski in duel 1, and the 02 looks to the outside trying to block the 7. And that got tight right there, but yeah, Bradley Ream not in a great situation.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Bradley. I mean, we kind of saw this with Eli Boyd at the start of duel number 1 before he ended up going down pit road with a coolant leak. Hopefully that's not the problem with the number 22. And now Jordan Edwards is about to lose Pat in the third one. Don't really know what's happening, if maybe they got the short end of the lanes with the 40 to 60 range gap for the most part of most of these drivers early on, but very unfortunate as these guys have shuffled out Angel Gutierrez out front. Now Spurley Tube is up to second, and we got Force 1-2, Josh Williamson up to third, and Dale Campbell's made some big moves on this inside lane, and now all of a sudden, from about third on back, we are 3 by 3 by 3.
Yeah, it's starting to pick up a little bit. Man, one car I'm really impressed with moving through the field is that 02. Riley Spurley too. Man, moved up through the field right on the back of Logan Williams and not being aggressive right now. Spurley too kind of just taking it easy. I say that as he goes for the lead. Spoke that into existence. Logan Williams, neither car right here though is going to have a run, so we'll see who the 77 decides to go with. It looks like 77 Josh Williamson will go with Logan Williams. So you can see, in terms of pushing, I think the outside line works better, but when it comes to getting through the corners, I think the inside line is the place to be.
But this is, of course, the same version or similar version of what Alex uses, and this Daytona is definitely a weird one, but it produces such good racing. The outside lane works, the middle lane works, and the inside lane works, of course, is the shortest way around. And that's why the inside lane can work at times, without outside lane just gets such a good push. And if you have a good pusher on the outside lane, that helps tremendously. Williamson is pushing the 17, Hamill pushing Spilly Tube, and we're almost halfway through this second duel. It's been kind of calm at the start, but it's starting to get a little bit wild halfway through the second one, and here comes Spilly Tube trying once again for the race lead.
Yeah, I'm surprised. We saw the first duel by this point. I mean, we saw four wide like three times. So,
Oh no!
yeah,
Oh
it's
no!
three.
Oh
I need to
no!
stop
Oh
talking.
no!
I need to stop talking.
Matthew, oh, there we go, Angel Gutierrez.
That might
No!
be it. There it is.
Juan Garcia, Eric Monaco in the
I
3 as well.
apologize. Angel Gutierrez, I am so sorry.
No, no, no.
Oh,
Oh, no. Third, started 30th in this duel and was by far the fastest Daytona 500 only driver in qualifying. Obviously made it into round 2, but even then was about 6, I believe. Yes, 6 in qualifying, and unfortunately he's destroyed. That's great news for Reem, but tough play for Juan Garcia and the number 3 of Eric Monaco, who also had a rough qualifying, and now a rough topsy-turvy 500 so far in these duels. Matt Johnson made it, but now the 3 has some damage. Well, what were we saying there?
well. We don't need to replay that. That's yeah, that is the commentator's jinx, if you have ever seen it. That's about as big of a jinx as you can have. I apologize, Angel. That's really awkward as well, because he drives for my Wawa Cup Series team. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And a bad situation. So, yeah, not much to say about that one. I think all the cars involved will be able to continue. I guess that is the plus side. Angel, unfortunately, is going to have a lot of damage. It's probably going to knock him out of contention to make the show unless, we see something else happen, which knowing me, can't keep my mouth shut. So, we'll take a look and see what happened there.
Yeah, we're gonna quickly take a look at what
that
happened.
that was a jinx.
The chase jinx has happened here at Daytona, and gonna have to wait and see what happens on the restart. But first, before the restart, let's see what happened for the first caution of the night here in the Powerade Duels. Well, right when we were talking about how we didn't see 4Y yet, but all it took was for Juan Garcia, recently a 2-time champion on the channel, made it 4 wide, forced Matthew Burnett into Alex Vitali, 2 rookies, to the Cup Series. And this is where some rookie inexperience takes place, because including the 91, also technically a rookie to the Cup Series, first start in these Cup colors, and the 9 and the 12 ping pong, and then the 12 turns into the number 91 of Angel Gutierrez and spins him around a half spin. If he spun a little bit lower, he would have been completely fine. You see the 2 and 3, Juan Garcia, nowhere to go. He tried gassing up and avoid, but didn't. And then unfortunately, Eric Monaco in the number 3 also nowhere to go in that number 3. Then they up and down RCR speed rate so far for them, and it continues in the duels. A minor crash, but with a lot of implications for Angel Gutierrez and the number 91, unfortunately.
Well, this happens when you talk so good about how a race is going. This is what happens, and Juan Garcia forces the 4 wide, and fortunately Angel Gutierrez kind of gets hooked. You saw Sam Vitale was trying everything he could to stay off, but I mean there's ultimately nowhere to go. Really unfortunate there for the 3 car of Eric Monaco. Innocent bystander, really had nothing to do with that at all. Got collected in that, but luckily none of these cars had too much damage. Bradley Ream was decided not to use the brakes there, and I think every car's gonna be able to continue though. But yeah, unfortunate to see that, especially a Daytona 500 only car get turned around.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Angel Gutierrez there. Luckily, like most of these 500 only drivers, they will be full-time in the truck series this season, but very unfortunate for Angel, and Powerade will not make it into the 500. Meanwhile, on the restart, it will be Logan Williams, who's been dominant in this duel, but he's going to have a midway restart as he will try to hold off Spilly Tube, both spotter cars, Dale Camel, Taylor, and some others. And let's go ahead and get to the restart here in duel number 2. Welcome back to Daytona for the Powerade duels for season number 5, and things have just gotten interesting here at Daytona. Logan Williams still the race leader, but Spilly Tube in 2nd, Williamson in 3rd, Hamill in 4th, and Ace Garcia in 5th. No one is out from that crash, but unfortunately, Angel Gutierrez, Ed Marco, and Juan Garcia, who caused that, they all have heavy damage, especially with the 2 machine, but very unfortunate for Angel Gutierrez right there with the Chase Taylor streets, and have to see what happens on the restart. With less than, I want to say, yeah, less than 10 laps to go, gonna be 9 laps at the line here in Powerade Duel number 2.
Yep, we're getting ready up here to take the green flag. Logan Williams has controlled this race. I'm not sure if he's led every lap or not. If not, he's been pretty close. 17's got a lot of speed, but let's see if he can hold them all off here for these last 9 laps. Got a Ford behind him. Let's see if the Fords protect each other or they go after each other. The green flag is back in the air here in Duel 2. It is 9 laps to go.
Logan Williams out front. A great restart from Wiley Spilly Tube. And hey, he doesn't have to win, but if he does, he will start 3rd in the Daytona 500, and that's a pretty good spot to be. And he's going to try to take the race lead. And how about Dale Campbell, the defending champion of the Cup Series? He started 15th for this race. He's up to 3rd now, and then December 47. And how about the spotter cars? They've been up front all the way through on the 7 and the 77. And how about the 20 of Skylar Taylor? And Dale Campbell's going to go 3 wide for the race lead.
A driver, Derek Hamill, but he doesn't have much help on the bottom lane from Ace Garcia. I thought the Spire cars would try to link up. They did not. They actually had a chance to. And now look at this. All of a sudden, I'm not sure where he came from, but comes the 41 car of who was that? Trey Bartow. Yeah, that's Bartow. A big name.
Big name.
Where did Trey Bartow come from? I have not seen him all race, and he's up here now.
And look at all these guys on the inside lane. Barlow, Clifton, Andrew Williams, Logan Williams' brother, and Avery Alford. They're all up front, and we've not seen them all race long. Oh boy, have things changed with that caution. Spilly Tube out front with 7 laps to go at Daytona.
How big would it be if a Daytona 500 only car won the duel? I mean, also, I want to say something. Bradley Ream continues to have problems. There's definitely something ill on that race car. He continues to drop back. We know he was not involved in the crash, so obviously I'm not sure what's going on, but the 22 team going to have to fix that before the 500. But, man, it is rush hour in Daytona. Logan Williams somehow still has the lead. I don't know what is in this 17 car, but it is blistering fast. Do we have somebody pitting back there? No, we don't. Okay. Saw a car wash up. I thought we were getting ready to have something go down.
Yeah, but Ned, I think he might have a little bit of damage in that number 9. Maybe slightly, and that might be affecting that number 9 Napa machine. And it is rush hour for sure. 6 laps to go. We saw Ford win the Powerade Clash. Ford's trying to win Powerade Duel number 2. We saw a Toyota in Crampton get the win in Duel number 1. So they're not going to sweep Speedweeks, but they're trying to get the 2nd win. And they have some heavy hitters up front. Logan Williams in the 2nd season. Trey Barlow, not really a rookie on NR, but a rookie to the Cup Series. He's up front with 5 laps to go in Powerade Duel number 2.
It got crazy, and now it's starting to kind of slow down a little bit. Still, 3 wide throughout the field, but not quite the aggressive moves we expected to see. Logan Williams, Trey Bartow continue to stay side by side. Them Fords look bad fast right now in this second duel. Man, I mean, right now they're all minding their P's and Q's, but again, what matters is that last lap and those 2 transfer spots. We know the 91 not gonna make it. It's up to 4 cars, only 2 spots up for grabs.
And right now, with the way that spoiler tube is, it's looking pretty good. So it's down to the 72 of Avery Alford and the 36 of Andrew Williams. They're right behind each other on this inside lane. And Brandon Nelson is at the back of this field. As of now, if Alford makes no move, then it will be Andrew Williams into the 500. But eventually, I think they might make a move. And oh no! No. This is not what I meant. This is not what I meant. Andrew Williams to 500. Only drivers can make it 4 wide with coming to 3 laps to go.
Derek, get out of there.
Oh, he's not. Oh no! Andrew Williams once again.
And that's another Daytona 500 car.
And that might just end
Only
the race.
1, maybe 2 cars. That'll probably do it. But how did that not collect more cars?
I have no clue.
Oh my goodness. I believe Avery Alford will make the Daytona 500.
I believe, as things stand, that will be the case. I don't think we will go back green. It's a 2-lap caution period, and we took the green or the yellow, coming to 3 to go. So maybe have a 1-lap shootout. But once again, for the second time tonight,
we might have a 1-lap shootout.
Maybe. Once again, the guy that caused the 4-wide melee, versus Juan Garcia, and we saw what happened to him. And Andrew Williams, he caused the 4-wide melee, and he gets the short end of the stick. The most amount of damage, Matthew Burnett, with some damage in the number 9. That's all the 20 of Skylar Taylor, they have some damage in the number 20. Maybe the 77, not too many cars though, once again, not really the big one here tonight, luckily, and that's a good sign for what we could see in the 500 on Thursday, potentially having a mostly clean 500 for the teams, but we're just gonna stay here and see if we have a 1-lap shootout. The lights will need to go out this time by in turn 1.
They don't.
Normally, with 2 laps to go, or with 2 laps caution periods, it would need to go out in turn 1. That's one thing I've figured out. So, let's see here. Will the lights go out? Does not look like it. That's going to end it.
I believe Logan Williams has clinched it, and it will be Riley Spurley and Avery Alford.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th Team Penske car and a 3rd Spire car.
500. And you know what sucks? Is Andrew Williams going to beat himself up over that because he did not mean to make that move. He was in the current position he was at. And so that's what's really unfortunate. The 9 here on the apron. But Andrew Williams didn't have to do that, and that's just
very unfortunate.
He got too impatient and really didn't even have to. That's so unfortunate for the 36.
Yeah, like you said, he was second. He was ahead of Avery Alford. He didn't need to make that 4-wide move. If anything, Avery Alford needed to make that move, but unfortunately, it's Andrew Williams in front row. They've been strong, but they're not going to have a 3rd car in the Daytona 500. And I don't know what happened to Matthew Burnett. I think he had some damage in that crash, and he's going to go down onto the apron. He has some kind of engine issue, so not entirely sure what went down on that number 9. Before we get to the white flag here, let's go ahead and take a look at what happened to bring out the second and final caution here in duel number 2. Well, here we go, the second time tonight, 3 and 4. It's the trouble spot for 4 wide. And unfortunately, the 4 wide maker gets the short end of the stick. First is Juan Garcia, and now it's unfortunately Andrew Williams in the number 36, who did not need to make that 4-wide move as he was ahead of Avery Alford at the time. But that forced Noah Clifton up the racetrack, and he actually makes contact with Hamill, and that sends Clifton down the racetrack, and you will see the 36 just get clipped, and hauled into the outside wall off turn number 4. And unfortunately, that's going to make it, but he's not going to make it into the 500. Josh Williamson with a little bit of damage. He was up front all duel long, and he's not going to get the finish that he probably deserved. The 20, and watch Santa, the number 12 without Sam Vitale. He is going to do a massive hit into the 36. Luckily, he's locked onto the front row with his qualifying time, but might have to fix that damage before the 500. And once again, a mild crash, but unfortunately a tough one, a heartbreak for Andrew Williams in the number 36.
And here they go off on a 3, and Andrew Williams just, gosh, I wish I understood this move. I don't get it. Right there, Hamill and Clifton get together, and Andrew Williams smacks the outside wall. Had he not made that move, he probably would have been in the Daytona 500, and that's just, something. It's a learning curve, is what it is, and it's unfortunate. But 36 showed a lot of speed. I'm sure they'll be back next year, and looking forward to hopefully seeing Andrew Williams in the Truck Series at Daytona, which I also will be in the booth for. And all in all, they're just such a disappointing ending for Andrew Williams.
Yeah, very, very disappointing for Andrew Williams. I was looking forward to potentially call Andrew and Logan Williams in the 500, but that's not going to be the case. But speaking of Williams, it will be Logan Williams winning here in duel number 2. Let's get to the final lap here in Powerade duel number 2. Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway, and unfortunately this duel will end under the yellow flag conditions, and it will be Logan Williams who dominated here in this duel. He will get a second Daytona victory. Of course, he won the Powerade 400 last season in the second Daytona race, and he's going to win here in the Powerade duel number 2, and might have to watch out for the 17 because they were pretty fast in qualifying. And the funny thing is, he started second, and he, I believe, qualified 4th. He's going to start 4th in the 500 with the duel 2 victory. Off of turn number 4 and heading into the 12 hole, Logan Williams is going to win Powerade duel number 2 at Daytona. And the 2 drivers that will make it into the Daytona 500 that will join the 2 from duel number 1 will be Riley Spurley-Tube in the 02 for Team Penske, and the number 72 for Spire Motorsports of Avery Alford.
Yeah, wild duel 2. Saw 2 wrecks there. Great run by both Spurley-Tube and Alford. Top 5s for both the part-time cars. Logan Williams dominates the race. Hate to see a race end in a caution. Never like seeing that. But, the way it goes sometimes. We see Gutierrez, Williams, and Nelson miss. Now, next step is the big event, Daytona 500. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Oh yeah, it's been a fantastic speed week so far, and it all leads up into 3 days of points-paying races. We got the JBL Cup Series, Daytona 500 tomorrow. The Powerade Truck Series, they finally get onto the racetrack here on Wednesday night, I should say. And then of course Thursday will be the big race, the Daytona 500. And I'm about as excited as I ever have been for a 500. I'm very looking forward to what happens on Thursday. Great one from Spurley-Tube and Alpha to make it into the show. Unfortunate to see what happened with Williams and Gutierrez, but a great job from Travis Crampton in duel number 1 and Logan Williams here in duel number 2. With everything that we've seen all speed weeks long, what do you think we might see in the Daytona 500?
I don't know. I mean, a lot more cars, and I think the duels are a little bit of a shadow of that, but not something you could truly base it off of. I think you're going to see a lot of 3 wide. I think it's going to be an amazing race. Saw some really, really good battles in this duel. Saw all lanes can work, and so we're looking forward to seeing how it plays out.
Yeah, without doubt, it's been super fun, and we have one more race to go for the JBL Cup Series here at Daytona, and that is the Daytona 500. We've seen some iconic moments in that 500 on the channel. We've seen cars fly in turn 2, we've seen the big one down the front stretch, the big one down the back stretch, seen lap cars cause crashes in 3 and 4. We've seen it all here at Daytona, and it's going to be a wild Daytona 500 once again. Thanks for Chase for joining me up here in the booth for both of these duels. Like he said, he will be here for the truck race tomorrow night for the season opener. And congratulations to Travis Crampton and Logan Williams for winning the duels. They will start 3rd and 4th. The official 500 lineup will either be, as I don't know why cars are going back out onto the racetrack. Okay. The duel order or the 500 order will either be at the end of the video or in the Discord or both. I don't know yet, but you guys will find out when this goes up. But congratulations to Logan Williams and Travis Crampton on the dual victories. And until the Daytona 500 for the JBL Cup Series, we will see you guys next time for more Speed Race action. Bye!